As you all know, you're here to hear the Mayor, John Holden, this morning. Mayor Holden has a vision for this city, and in carrying out this vision, he has been successful, he has been deliberate, he's been serious about it. He offers us the leadership on a day-to-day basis to manage this city, which is a massive, massive operation. We're certainly glad that he is at the helm of this city. We thank the employees and the associates who carry out our day-to-day activities. And even this board, sometimes, we give him a hard time. But anyway, we appreciate his efforts. And it's my pleasure and privilege this morning to present our mayor, John Holden.
Woke up on the right side of the bed this morning. That's the nicest ever he's introducing us. Thank you, Mr. Kirk.
I rehearsed it all night.
I know you did. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, I appreciate everybody turning out this morning. What a fantastic crowd. And Carmen Couples is going to help me with this, and he's going to do the remote. And we're just going to talk about some things. I've got a lot of slideshows here about just different things in our community, what we've done, where we've been last year. I hope everybody can hear me. Where we've been last year, what our goals are for the future, update on grants. Unemployment statistics, just a lot of things, just a hodgepodge of information I hope is beneficial to you. And then a lot of good stuff at front, and the back of the presentation is some stuff that has been weighing heavily on my heart about our community, and you'll see that too. So, Carmen. Have a mission statement, City of Dyersburg, to provide and maintain essential services to meet the collective basic needs of the City of Dyersburg, citizens of Dyersburg, and to identify and pursue opportunities for a better quality of life. And we think that's what our mission statement is. I forgot the two most important people in here. My mother is here. Mom, raise your hand. Thank you. And my little sidekick, my son, Walker Holden, is here. I'll hear about that later. All right, Mom. Welcome signs. Andrew Harrington, we're getting them. I promise, we're getting them. There's the old signs that we've had about 27, 28 years. The new signs is in the bid process now. There's a slide later that shows all the updates on the grants we're involved in. These will be the new welcome signs for the City of Dyersburg, placed at 4 entrances to the City of Dyersburg. Technology is some of the stuff that we utilize in the City of Dyersburg. I went over that individually last year. I won't do it this year, but there's some of the items and tools that we use to assist our citizens and do things. Just some different information about what we were involved in last year. Obviously, the city, the county, the chamber work hand in hand to attract industry, provide jobs, and retail locations. 18 industry inquiries were answered last year. Site Selection Magazine ranked Dyersburg 32nd out of 576 micropolitans recognized in the United States. Among a total of 20 micropolitan areas in Tennessee, Dyersburg is ranked #1 in West Tennessee, so we're proud of that. Select Tennessee Certified Sites program process for a 100-acre rail site behind Nordine, which will put us on the map, state of Tennessee. If any companies come calling to the state, we'll be on the list of a certified site for people to look at our community to locate plants here. Mark Grant was selected to the Code Red Client Advisory Board. Mark runs our EOC operations. The City of Dyersburg Water Treatment Plant won the Outstanding Plant Operations Award from the American Water Works Association out of 690 treatment plants in the state of Tennessee, and Jeff Moore is here somewhere this morning. Manages that operation. Jeff, you do a fantastic job, and your folks do as well, so we appreciate you. Ready Dyersburg campaign was launched last year as a comprehensive approach to prepare our community for major disasters. 23 ribbon cuttings were held last year. Was successful in attracting Verizon Wireless and Cracker Barrel, and over 200 events were held at this chamber last year. Also, the chamber provided 180 newcomer packets to folks last year and fielded over 4,000 community inquiries via the telephone. Also, NSK doubled the size of their plant, added additional workforce. I know there's an ad in the back of the paper Sunday for them having a job fair to add more employees as well. So we're certainly proud of those efforts. River Center, down by the Fork Deer River, being constructed, probably about 90% complete. I think it's going to be a great addition to our community as we fulfill our dream of revitalization. The River Park, this is adjacent to the farmers market downtown. Probably a lot of you have not seen this, but this is the building we're going to use for our River Center. Picture of a canoe trip last year on the Fork of Deer River, headed to that River Center. I just think it's a neat picture. Dyersburg Regional Airport, many of you know that the city gained control of the airport again in December of 2011. Last year is our full year of operation of the airport. I'm very proud of our airport. Tom and his staff do a great job out there, so it is the front door to our community. Visitors from D.C. that were here not too long ago at our airport. Just gave some information about fuel sales at the airport. These are previous years by previous tenants, I guess, of the airport, and you can see that the fuel sales last year, our first year of operation, increased by 30,000 gallons. Actual revenue at the airport last year was over $500,000. So Tommy is here and does a great job managing our airport. We're proud of what they do out there. It's so important that I included a quote from the State Gazette. Mr. A.G. Holden is here. He's the CEO of Action Properties. He is the new owner of the Dyersburg Mall. Where is A.G.? Right here. A.G., welcome this morning. And Tim is with him as well, property management. He is also involved in the mall. But I thought this was a fitting quote about our airport. We love the town, said Holden, and the people have been great. Tommy and Mike at the airport are two of the best ambassadors around, going that extra step. And that's a great indication for the community. And I firmly believe that. We've always heard that the airport is the front door to our community, and I think that proves that. Everybody knows the library opened last year. I included this picture because I have a ribbon cutting this Friday at 10 o'clock. I'd like to invite everybody out there. A lot of hard work by individuals and groups of people that contributed to the success of the library. It's fantastic. If you've not been in there, I encourage you to go. This letter I got from Dr. Haynes. City of Dyersburg did a lot of work at the library in the front as far as the sidewalks and different things. The street department did that. And certainly did a good job. I think this last sentence just summarizes what we think of Dyersburg. Such service and civic cooperation is a demonstration of what makes Dyersburg such a great place to live. And I firmly believe that. So folks that do that, Scott Ball, Dale Snyder, his group, did an outstanding job in assisting with that project. This is our website. We get about 80,000 hits a month. Lots of information on our website. Contact myself, the alderman, city charter, minutes of meetings, planning commission, board meetings. A lot of useful information on there. Facebook page, we utilize Facebook. We've got about 2,700 friends now. It's, social media is just the way it is now. And we use Facebook to get messages out about weather alerts, events in the community, neighborhood watch meetings that we held this past Saturday over in East Dyersburg. Some articles, we see the views. We had an article about a month ago, some information on there. It was viewed by 22,000 people in less than 2 hours. That's just incredible to me. 22,000 people viewed that particular item in less than 2 hours. Just some information on our funds, our fund balances, total net assets over the past 4 years. Just wanted to put these in here to let you know our fund balances are healthy. Our total net assets continue to grow, and a lot of our funds are enterprise funds or standalone funds. The cost of the services have to support the funds. They're not supported by tax dollars. So water and sewer fund is that way. Gas fund the same way. Notice the increase in revenue. That's because the price of gas has gone down. It's not that we've lost customers, but the price of gas, we've managed that process. Greg Williams does that for the city. Greg is here somewhere this morning. He's done a good job of managing our cost we are the middle or lower end of cost in our area as far as the price of gas. Obviously, that's a benefit to our citizens, our industry, those that use natural gas. Solid waste fund, also those net assets continue to grow the past 4 years. John Dainsworth is here, he manages that department, does an outstanding job. We've improved the curbside pickup. He took that operation over 2 or 3 years ago. Remember the old days, we'd come by about every 4 to 6 weeks and pick up the curbside debris. Remember that, John? Remember that? We do it every week now. So it coincides with your backdoor garbage pickup, and it just helps our town look a lot cleaner, I think. Increase in fund balances since 2006. It shows the increase in each one of those fund balances since 2006. All of them had positive increases. Water and sewer, we tend to struggle here because of the loss of Dyersburg Fabrics back in the 90s. The city of Dyersburg just put a lot of money in infrastructure for water plants and wastewater treatment plants. Dyersburg Fabrics, we all know what happened there, and that was the major water user for the city of Dyersburg, but we continue to rebound from that. Total number of budgeted employee positions, 2006 going to last year, that's a decrease of about 70, about 76, I guess, 75. You know, the recession hit, the downturn in the economy, the depression, whatever you want to call it. And I guess we're still in this thing, actually, but you know, we recognize that, the city, and we didn't fire anybody, didn't lay anybody off, but as people retired, as people left, as people quit, as people took other avenues, we thought long and hard about replacing them, and as a result of that, actually workforce has decreased in the city by 25%, and we've had to do that because of what was going on in the economy. I think we're providing better services with less folks, quite honestly. Local sales tax collections, you can see the sales tax collections the previous 3 years. This is 2011, 2012, 7.1% increase. 2012 or 2011 is trending in the right way. Sales tax collections comes to the city of Dyersburg, and it's split also with the city school system. Hotel motel tax collections continue to trend the right way. 2011, 2012, 9.3% increase in 2012. That money goes to the Chamber for Economic Development. Less our 1% we get, the city. Business tax collections continue to increase. You can see those numbers, 2011, 2012. It's a 9.6% increase, 2012 or 2011. Property tax collections, you'll notice a decline here, a result of flooding that occurred in 2010, 2011, then a rebound here last year with this amount. Unemployment rates, we track that at City Hall on a monthly basis, get this from the State of Tennessee Workforce Development website. Obviously, it's just a roller coaster. Not uncommon that this occurs all over our community, all over our country, and obviously it's our charge and it's our goal and it's our responsibility to provide jobs and create employment opportunities for our citizens. And I know what this board wants to do, and I know the chamber wants that as well. We work real hard to do that. Police department stats. Let's see. It's just 2011, 2012, you can see. I'll just let you look at those. Most of those have decreased due to the goals and the visions of the leadership of the police department, the men and women of the department that carry out those goals and visions, and just really proud of what they do. We'll talk about this. I talked about this last year. See a lot of traffic stops, I guess. Courtesy tickets issued 2011, 5589. It's at 4836. Last year, uniform citations 2278 in 2011. The last year was 2108. So a lot of people think we're stopping cars and writing tickets for revenue. We're not doing that. We're doing that to be proactive. That's the philosophy of policing that we have as far as getting the officers inside the car, to check things out, to make our community safer, to be proactive. ask K-9 Officer Brent Hill. He's in the back. Raise your hand, Brent. Brent made a stop last week. Wade Hampton in the bypass of a car that had something over license plate, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And long story short, he got in there. Two people from Memphis, a man and a woman, it was in the paper Sunday, y'all read it. Man and woman from Memphis, detected the odor of marijuana or marijuana residue, and ran his K-9 officer as well. Found a loaded gun that was velcroed underneath the floorboard in the front, and turned out these two people were convicted felons from Memphis. The lady had pled guilty to robbing a bank in Memphis, and the gentleman had pled guilty to armed robbery. Those folks in our community don't know why they were here. I'm sure glad Brent Hill stopped them. They went to court Friday. They go back today. So thank you, Brent, for doing a good job. Sean Crouch is in the back. Sean, raise your hand back there. He made a stop last month. He's a K-9 officer too. He made a stop as well, and stories didn't match up. Driver from Dyer County, somebody from Lake County, things didn't add up, and ended up, he was assisted by Officer Anna Tenn too. And there was also a loaded handgun in that car. Those folks were convicted of previous offenses, and there were at least 69 bags of marijuana and 48 grams of something else. But I appreciate you being proactive in doing what you did too. So, you know, we don't want that type of element in our community. So you see us out here doing vehicle stops, we're doing that for a reason. We're doing that for a reason. We're not doing it to write tickets to make revenue. You can see that. But as a result of that, and our proactive policing and the stance that we take, a lot of our crimes associated with that have decreased. So that's working. Traffic crashes have decreased. Traffic crashes increased, unfortunately went up, and the total cost of service increased as well. So I'm proud of the work that the men and women do with the Dyersburg Police Department. These are just events that the city's involved in, along with the chamber, to promote our community, to bring folks to our community that spend tax dollars here, that buy gas, that eat here, that stay here, and it just benefits our community overall. Duck Fest held at the fairgrounds first Saturday in August. Davis P. Rice Youth Waterfowl Hunt is held here. Kids from all across the state of Tennessee come here to participate in the weekend duck hunt. Lots of folks here, lots of parents, grandparents. All these kids went duck hunting. They had a good time. It was a lot of fun. Peoria to St. Jude Riders. Some of you folks have seen these folks come to town. This is the sheriff of Peoria. I forgot his name, but anyway, he organizes this event. They ride and raise money for St. Jude. They spend the night here. We host them at the chamber. They stay at our hotels. They shop here. They buy gas here. They actually come through here twice a year. But we certainly welcome them and what they do for St. Jude. I think they delivered a check last year to St. Jude for about $500,000. So it's certainly worthy cause. Big River Bowl. City is involved in that. Chamber's involved with that. Big deal basketball tournament at Dyersburg High School. Involved in that as well to bring folks to our community. Cattle ball tournaments, I just like to have one this weekend. And is that right?
Yes.
Folks from all over, about 11 state area came, and they stayed at our community center, play at our fields, and shop here, stay here. And certainly we want to do all we can do as a city to promote our community, bring folks in here to spend money that drive those sales tax numbers up. This is a grant update, current as of today. These are all the grants the city of Dyersburg is involved in. You can read those. Downtown renovation is complete. I'm not going to read all these, but just want to update you where we are. We've got a lot of grants we're juggling right now. The safe room buildings are quickly coming to fruition. Had a pre-bid meeting last week. Design phase is complete. Bid opening is April 4th. One of these will be downtown across from the Dyersburg Fire Department. It will hold about 1,200 or 1,300 people. The high school safe room will be adjacent to Dyersburg High School. If you look in front of the school, to the right of the school, it will hold between 1,400 and 1,500 people. So that's a safe room. It will withstand an F5 tornado. It's built to FEMA standards. grants as well, so. This grant, go back to the corner. This grant, we're pursuing other grants, energy efficiency grants. In fact, we got a meeting Thursday morning, somebody did a survey. That's Greg Williams, was that Thursday? Thursday morning, we had a survey done of all our buildings to try to retrofit some things and see what the savings will be. Also, we discussed in staff meetings about LED lighting for street lights. We're certainly looking into that for street lighting costs that we incur as a city as well. Just got word yesterday that we received another grant from FEMA, which is going to involve the Southtown area. We got approved for our lift stations out there. Where's Mike Goff? Mike Goff here? Mike Goff. About $500,000. That's going to fix all those lift stations. And what that means to us is that doesn't come out of our budget. We're not going to tax the citizens of Dyersburg for that, so that's going to replace some lift stations that have been there for 50-something years. Is that right? But we're proud of that we're going to get that work done through a grant at no cost to us. This is zero cost to us. And also we got a grant for the flooding control measures along South Main. And quite simply what that means is we're going to fill in the ditches along South Main, put some pipe in, and it will have some benefits as far as flooding, but it'll have a lot of benefits for the aesthetic value of how you come into Dyersburg from South Main. I think a lot of people have been on that cleaned up for a long time, so we're making progress in that area as well. That's about $900,000 grant that's not on here, we're just going to try that. I'll let you read this for a minute. That's an email I got from Ed Faber, who was a general contractor over Cracker Barrel. His company has built over 150 Cracker Barrels all across the United States. And sometimes we get criticized with our codes, enforcement people, and what we do. And it's truly a tough job that they do. But, you know, I just want people to know that we certainly work with everybody that comes in our community. We want them to locate here. We want to work with them. We want to expedite the process. And I couldn't have said it any better myself. And that was an unsolicited letter from Ed to me about, you know, the help from Scott and Mark Sykes and Kevin and everybody who's involved with that. So I'm just real proud of their group and what they do. They're here this morning too. 20+ years of service to the city. I don't know how long Mark Sykes has been in the city. How long have you been in the city, Mark? 25 years, okay. Man, y'all do a great job. We appreciate it. And Cracker Barrel was real happy they're located in Dyersburg. They've been real pleased with that, and we're certainly glad they're here too. So I just wanted to show that. That's the good stuff. You know, I mentioned earlier about some of the stuff that's been on my heart, been on my mind, something that I want us to address. I've talked to our codes people about it. I've talked to MTAS, who is our municipal technical advisory service folks, and to our city attorneys about reviewing ordinances, about property maintenance codes, cleaning up our community. We do a lot of things right. I think we do a lot of things right, but there's some things that we need to do better. And the slides I'm fixing to show you is what I'm convinced that we need to do to make some improvements in our community. There's a lot of pictures, I'm going to blow through them real quick, but I just want you to see what these guys deal with, what we deal with, and what is going on with some parts of our community. So, trash and debris, just go on. That's the hallway of the house that people were living in, that were living in. That's the bathroom ceiling of that same house. That's the bathroom of that house. That's the back door of that house. Or black up back door. roof, decay. Boarded up windows, decay. Boarded up windows, decay, shed in the back. Foundation crumbling. And people live here, okay? People live here. Boarded up windows, roof failing, porch top failing. Foundation crumbling, mold. Somebody lives here. Boards missing, see-through. Some burnout over on the east side of town. We've been working with the property owner to get it removed for several months. We'll probably end up doing it ourselves. We'll do that, I guess. You know, you wouldn't want to live beside that and see that. Roof failing. Porch top failing. Folks live here. Family and 6 kids live here. Deterioration, boarded up window, foundation company. Gentleman lives here with the roof, flame, tarp over the roof. Somebody lives here. Somebody lives here. Blue roof, both sides. No tarp on the roof. Back in the house, elderly lady lives here, caved in. We're trying to help her. She won't let us help her, but we're trying. Some of you know where that is. Boarded up house. Gentleman lives here. Little shingles, little metal, little black. They put down a little metal and the back's unfinished. Back of the house followed in. Roof damaged. Beyond repair. Condemned, beyond repair. This whole wall's about to fall in. Folks just moved out of there. You can see it, the roof here has got holes in it, carport. Roof back here is falling in. Gentleman lives here, windows are boarded. Many of you probably see that house. See the same house right down the road on the west side of town. And this house too on the west side of town. Somebody lives here, the house is falling in. We're trying to help them as well. That house is gone. So, lots of pictures that aren't pretty, but this is the world we live in. And I personally think that myself as the mayor and the board and codes folks and the leaders in our community to address this. It's been going on for a long time. It didn't happen overnight. It's been a progression of blight into our community, and I personally think we need to take steps to stop it. And so I'll ask those folks I mentioned earlier to help me with that process, or how we can do that. We've had meetings with residents last fall. Some of them are here. I appreciate y'all coming. We've had community watch meetings with other folks on the east side of town, and they're certainly concerned about the condition of neighborhoods and where we're headed. But I think we need to address that. This is a map, progression of blight into our community. You know, it was on the outline areas about 20 years ago, Thomas. Is that right?
Yes.
And it's just slowly creeping inward. The green dots are houses we've actually demolished and torn down. The city has, and or the landowners in some cases, but the majority of the city does that. So that just gives you a visual picture of what we're doing. Of course, this is South Dyersburg. A lot of that's resulting from a flood in 2010. But I just thought that was important for this group of cities. Some of you have never seen this. Some of you have never been in those neighborhoods where they're Where's Bobby back? He's at the golf course. There he is. There's Bobby. I didn't want to get out, Bobby. Bobby floated all day in the morning making these deposits, and we appreciate the job that you're out there, man. But I'm just really proud of our municipal golf course, the progress we made out there, the new park pass we installed last year. City board appropriated money to do that, and just thank you, Bobby, and your staff for the golf course. I appreciate that. I want to mention the aldermen and alderwomen we work with. We have a lot of fun sometimes. We pick on each other. Bob Kirk picks on everybody. But we certainly have the concern of our community at heart. We certainly want to do things to make our community better and address the issues that occur. We don't please everybody, never will. But as long as we're fair and consistent and follow our policies, I firmly believe that we're headed in the right direction. So that's the end of my slideshow. I hope I didn't keep it too long. If there's any questions or anything, I'd be more than happy to try to answer those.
Mayor, why don't you recognize all the city employees in here? That's interesting.
That's a good idea. All the city employees, department heads,
Here.
a lot of folks here. And we appreciate what they do every day as well. We get a lot of calls about things and respond to a lot of stuff, and we've got a lot of good department heads and many good folks that work for the city. And man, I'm just proud of what they do, from the fire department to the police department to the courts to everybody that's in here. I really appreciate the job they do every day under sometimes tough circumstances, I guess. But I really appreciate them as well. Certainly we couldn't do it without them. We've got to have them, and they are very important to our success, for our community and our service to our citizens. And I think they know how we feel about it. Any questions about anything? Anyone happy to try to answer any questions? Yes, sir?
So some of those houses, so we tried to help these people, they won't let us. What specifically are you trying to do that they won't let you do?
Well, we just, in some cases, try to give people some help through organizations that will lend help to people to rebuild structures, to provide assistance for construction and things like that. It's just hard. People don't want to let go of that. They don't see the problem. They don't have a problem, and we don't want to take the next step to condemn it. But that is the next step. And we certainly don't want to put an 85-year-old lady out of her house. So what do we do? You know, that's what we struggle with on a daily basis. Well,
What percentage of those type of residences are owner-occupied versus rental property?
we talk about that often. I think the rental property that is in that condition, or the property, I think it's about
It's going to be probably 90%.
90%. 90% rental property is what we feel. There's pockets of owner-occupied houses in all of those areas that care about their houses, that care about the appearance, that want to do things right, but they're surrounded by blight. Many times it's older citizens that grew up there, that live there, that don't want to move. We've got one of our city associates whose parents live in the middle of that stuff. They don't want to move. That's their home, it's their house. They've been there 60 years, but everything's crumbling around. So a lot of that is rental property. Any other questions? Well, thank you for coming. We're always here to serve you and do whatever we can to assist you and make our community better, and I appreciate your attendance this morning. Thank you.